In 1910, 3 years before the Federal Reserve was created, a poor man from Indiana published a book that changed how the world thought about wealth. Nobody famous endorsed it. No publisher promoted it. No bookstores carried it. But in the century that followed, it would be called the predecessor to every major prosperity philosophy of the 20th century. Napoleon Hill cited it. Bob Proctor cited it. The Secret cited it. The book was called The Science of Getting Rich. The author was Wallace Wattles. And what he described was something most people still miss. Wealth is not a function of luck, inheritance, or talent. It is a function of a specific way of thinking. Wattles spent the first half of his life in poverty and failure. He lost businesses. He failed at farming. He watched ambition after ambition collapse. And somewhere in the ruins of his failures, he began to study the people who didn't fail. The first principle: what you focus on, you move toward. What you vividly imagine, you begin to unconsciously organize your behavior around. What you expect with certainty, you pursue with the intensity of belief. This is not wishful thinking, it is directed thinking, holding the mental image of what you want to create while taking concrete action to create it. Hold the mental image of your desired result with the purpose to cause its creation, Wattles wrote, and with unshakable faith that it is being created. Do not wait for the method to appear. The method will appear. The second principle is gratitude, not as sentiment, as alignment. A mind fixed on abundance notices opportunities. A mind fixed on scarcity filters them out. The same circumstances look entirely different through these two lenses. The grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best, he wrote. Therefore, it tends to become the best. The third principle is advancing. The idea that wealth is not created by taking from others, but by adding value to the world. The universe is not a zero-sum game. Genuine prosperity comes from creative action, from giving more in value than you take in payment, from building things that didn't exist before. The fourth principle is the hardest. Do not talk about poverty, Wattles wrote. Do not investigate it. Do not concern yourself with it. Not because poverty doesn't exist, but because where your attention goes, your energy flows. Wallace Wattles published The Science of Getting Rich at the end of his life. He died a year later. In the centuries since, every major school of thought on success and prosperity has circled back to what Wattles said in 1910. There is a way of thinking that leads to wealth. It is not mysterious. It is not reserved for the gifted. It is learnable. The only question is whether you are willing to think it.